12 of the world's largest memorabilia collections. Beanie Babies. All the way back in the 1990s, the country was in a grip of Beanie Baby hysteria. Children, adults, and collectors alike couldn't get enough of the mini stuffed animals. For some, like Chris Robinson, this craze turned into an obsession. The former soap star who played Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital, Robertson started his collection hoping one day it would be valuable enough to put his children through college. From his home base in Los Angeles, the TV doctor would employ not only his kids, but sometimes even their friends, to go anywhere the toy was sold. He would get to know shop owners and even knew when Beanie Babies would be released. The family's free time would be spent waiting in line to buy the collectibles and then going home to catalog them. Unfortunately, while the idea could have worked, the family didn't sell his collection in time and just kept on buying. The Beanie Baby bubble essentially burst in 1999, and the value of Beanie Babies plummeted, leaving the former daytime star with thousands of stuffed animals that he spent around $100,000 to obtain. Today, he still owns his significantly depreciated collection, hoping one day that their value will rise once again. Hello Kitty. Japanese woman Asako Kanata has accumulated the largest collection of Hello Kitty memorabilia in the world. Her house is seemingly filled to the brim with a wide variety of items featuring the beloved character, including skillets, an electric fan, and even toilet seats. Like many girls of her generation, the receptionist in her early 40s first fell in love with Hello Kitty in elementary school. Today, she holds the Guinness World Record for her collection, an honor she received when officials tallied 4,519 Hello Kitty-related items in her possession in August 2011. The Wheatcroft Collection. Kevin Wheatcroft is the heir to a vast property portfolio and is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He is also the owner of one of the most unsavory memorabilia collections imaginable. Over the years, the man has amassed what most assume to be the largest accumulation of German military vehicles, though no record of its official value exists. The Wheatcroft collection is estimated to be worth over $160 million. Certain items cause Wheatcroft to go on crazy adventures to obtain, and in his hunt, he has noticed that he has a rival collector in the form of a mysterious, unidentified Russian man. Rancho ObiWan. Located an hour north of San Francisco, Rancho ObiWan is home of the largest collections of Star Wars stuff in the galaxy. The 9,000 square foot facility houses over 300,000 pieces of merchandise and memorabilia. Steve Sansweat, a former Lucasfilms employee, heads the nonprofit charity, which he incorporated in 2011. While officially a non-profit, tours are available led by Sansweet himself at a staggering cost of $200 for 2 people. Bill McBride boasts the largest collection dedicated to one Star Wars character, Darth Vader. In 2+ decades, McBride has amassed over 60,000 items, including figurines and replica lightsabers. Doctor Who. With 6,641 items related to the popular TV show Doctor Who, 13-year-old Lily Connors of Swansea, Wales, became the official Guinness World Records holder of the largest collection of Doctor Who memorabilia on the planet on June 20th, 2016. Her collection has already garnered interest from the show's stars. She has met most of the cast through Comic-Cons, but Peter Capaldi not only signed her wardrobe, but got in it with her. Ian McNeice, who plays Winston Churchill on the show, constantly is sending her items. Still, she has higher ambitions and hopes to one day be an extra on the show. Barbie Dolls. Bettina Dorfman is a Barbie girl that has literally created her very own Barbie world. In 2011, Dorfman made history when her staggering collection of Barbie dolls reached a total of 15,000. They take up a full room, cellar, and half the kitchen in her house, while also driving her husband crazy, though he can't say too much, as her collection is valued north of $250,000. Her obsession also became a unique business. Bettina runs a hospital in which she repairs broken Barbies so that no dolls have to go to waste. Donkeys. While Delores DeJohn is the official record holder with 690 donkey-related items in her possession, she has some serious competition in 79-year-old Bernice Rabin. A proud Democrat, Rabin started her collection in the 1980s and never stopped. She has donkey placards from Europe and an ostrich egg painted with a donkey that she acquired from Curacao, an isolated country in the southern Caribbean Sea. Her own estimates say that her donkey memorabilia numbers over 100,000 pieces, meaning that we may see her in the record books before too long. Comic books. Perhaps on a whim, an 8-year-old Bob Bretall decided that he wanted the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 88, in which the Spidey Boy encounters a fearsome foe, Dr. Octopus. This comic, published in 1970, would be well-liked and remembered as one of the best in the great series. Apparently, it's also received warmly by Bob, who would go on to amass this ridiculous collection of comics, which Guinness named the world's largest on May 1st, 2014. At the time, the collector had gathered 94,268 unique issues that weighed a total of nearly 17,000 pounds. Bretall told Guinness that he plans on keeping his comics and passing them on to his kids. McDonald's. Known deservedly as the world's biggest collector of McDonald's memorabilia, Mike Fontaine has amassed more than 75,000 items related to the fast food chain. The collection includes thousands of Happy Meal toys, many of which are presumably Beanie Babies. Don't get jealous, Chris Robinson, you probably own them already. 20,000 lapel pins, 1,200 cups, and 9 Ronald McDonald statues, and a 1962 McDonald's sign from a Lancaster, Pennsylvania McDonald's. On top of all of this, Fontaine also owns and operates 2 restaurants of his own. The Purple Rain Collection. Mary Boyer could remember the exact moment when she became in awe of the famous pop icon Prince. It was July 1984 when her, who was 6 years old at the time, and her friend went to go see the movie Purple Rain. The moment she saw him on the big screen, she began to worship Prince. Before she passed away in late August 2016, she was the owner of a collection that included 300 different posters, 100 t-shirts, and over 1,200 unique albums in every format. She had photos, magazines, pins, and practically any other memorabilia items that you could imagine. Boyer even had a room in her Cleveland house which she dedicated to her collection that she painted, you guessed it, the color purple. Over the years, she saw Prince 25 times, including 4 times in a span of 75 hours, which is impressive simply for the fact that Prince once performed 4 shows in 75 hours. Superman. Marco Superman Zorin, yes, he changed his middle name, is the owner of the largest collection of Superman items outside of Krypton. In the 2017 edition of Guinness, Zorin holds the record with 1,518 items related to the legendary fictional hero. Today, however, his stash has grown to around 2,000 items that include a 6-foot 10-inch tall replica statue of Superman. Herbert Chavez, who has been featured in previous Guinness record editions, has spent years not only collecting memorabilia, but also trying to replicate the look of Clark Kent through 20+ surgeries, including liposuction, nose jobs, and skin whitening. The father of card collectors. For card collectors, Jefferson R. Burdick is something of a hero. Born in 1900, Burdick became obsessed with collecting cards and tried to own any that were ever published. He wrote articles about card collecting and began to catalog them on his own, employing a methodical system. Burdick published these lists in his magazine, The American Card Catalog. He amassed over 30,000 baseball cards, including the incredibly rare Honest Wagner T206. He didn't only collect baseball cards. He gathered a total of over 300,000 items, including advertising inserts, posters, as well as hockey and gymnastics cards. Burdick would pass away in March 1963, but not before donating his entire collection to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, where a portion of his collection is on display for all to see. His grave marker in Central Square, New York, gives testament to his card collecting greatness.